amount of double teams that he's seen, especially in the KD era. But in the process of saying,
all right, let me go ahead and jump in here and give you my thoughts on the Lamelo Ball MB.01 Rick and Morty UAs. And those shoes right there are pretty cool. Don't have really good cushion in them, but they're okay. But these right here, the UA or fake, whatever you want to call them, Rick and Morty's, they were okay. And I think that, wait, what was that? Oh, this dude put like a little drop in his beat. I hate when they do that. See what happens when I don't use homage? But anyway, we have the Rick and Morty's, and like you can see, they look good on feet. Now, as far as the tech, that is a different story. I'll do a comparison to the retail Rick and Morty's after this on foot performance section, whatever this is. We'll talk about the differences there. But as far as performance in court feel, whatever the cushioning system that Puma was using in the retail pairs, it is missing here, and it kind of he did it again. If he does that again, I'm going to switch this beat. Dang, I hate when they do that. But whatever tech they have in the retail pair, it's missing in here. It doesn't feel bad, but the Lamelos have a distinct, and I say that again, they have a distinct feel, like a 360 almost boost mixed with a air zoom type of feel, I swear. And it's just not in this shoe. Now, does that mean it's a bad shoe? No, it's a great shoe, and it actually held up wearing the court. I don't think the grip was as good. See, I'm sliding a little bit more, but wait a minute.
Recognize sucker.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me hold on. See, I tried to use somebody else, and look what happens. Okay, but like I was saying, they did not use the same foam setup here. They're just not as squishy and responsive. And again, I could play on this shoe, play in this shoe in the gym, and it was a hard time in the gym today too. I really wasn't that motivated. I think it was, what holiday was it? Memorial Day or something like that. Yeah, logo shot is off. Everything was kind of off today, but I was looking good. And these shoes, man, if you wear them on court, people are going to be asking you about them. Like, I haven't had anybody, I'm real early in the gym, like, well, maybe like 11 o'clock. And there's only been a couple people on court. And I actually brought my camera in the gym this time too. I didn't want to mess around with any of that iPhone and the watch and all that. I just brought my camera in there. I ain't scared. But the traction, it's not as good as the retail Melos. I did have to wipe. I did go and clean them off with like a towel and some spray. And they seem to hold up. So I'd play in these in the gym all day long, lift weights, shoot around, play some pickup. But if anybody's trying to like do some serious college basketball, I don't know. You might want to just get the retail Melo, and they're not that expensive. Like, they're still in the resale world for a reasonable price compared to what you would pay for like a LeBron, if anybody wears LeBrons, like Kyrie. And it seems to be a little lighter, and I think that's because of the tech. Now, shout out to LG Rose for sending these. I've never actually had a UA Puma. For some reason, I thought in my head that they didn't make them, which is silly because they're all made over there. So there's pretty much UA everything. But I don't know. I'm probably going to stick with the retail Pumas. Maybe next year when they drop the MB.02 or whatever it's going to be called, they might have some better batches. They might have some better batches of these. But let's go ahead and look at some of the differences between the LG Rose and the retail pair that I have. And before I jump into this, I just want to make sure that you guys understand this is a good basketball shoe. The UA one. That's the box. Does not look like the retail box. That's the retail box. So again, great basketball shoe, just not like the retail as far as performance and quality. And you'll see what I mean here in just a second. That's weird that the smaller box, which is a 9.5, is bigger. And that's weird. I got these in a 9.5 and they felt just like a 10. So that means that it's just all in the cushioning, man. What does that say? I don't know. So the retail's on the right, and they didn't have that divider in the box. As you can see, I kind of like that little paper divider. It's the small things that matter. And right off the bat, you could tell that is like a different type of embroidery they're using. That is the UA. And let me show you what I mean by that. Here's the retail. Now, I don't know if that's embroidery or some kind of print. It looks like some kind of new school. I don't know what it is, but it's not the same. That's the UA again. And this is the retail. Well, that's the UA. Yeah, his chest tat doesn't look as crispy. That's the retail. A bit brighter. That's the, what is that, Rick? I don't know who's who. Is that Rick? No, that's Morty. Wait, that's Rick. I don't know. Yeah, it looks a little better on the retail. The whole retail sneaker is just in better quality. Now, this is where I was like, this is where probably the foam differs. There's the retail, and it just looks different, guys. That little cut around the eyelets is different. That's the retail. Little cleaner job. Mellows on the back. Retail on the right. You could tell they're just positioned differently. Inside of the retail, it's pretty much the same Rick and Morty. I bet the retail's the print's just a little bit more clear. And the one on the right's the retail. You could tell by the material is just not as pronounced. It looks like that's UA. See how it's kind of just fuzzy and not defined, and that's the retail. That looks more like Nike's ripstop muslin type material. It's just different. Both of the bottoms, I really didn't find anything, but I did notice that it has like that big hole more visible on the retail, and I think that's where the foam difference comes in again. Red sneaker, UA. You can see same embroidery. Even that pad, I don't know what that material is. That's the retail, but that material, that red material on the upper, I'm just not sure. Excuse me, I'm not sure what it is, but it's just different. That's what I mean. You see on the right side on the retail, you can see that rectangular pod thingy. I think that's where all the foam and cushioning differences I'm feeling on court. And it looks a little shinier too. So it's just like a totally different shoe. It's like they use materials that look like the original Melos, but it's just not the same. And I'm not mad at it at all. Again, performance-wise, they were pretty good on the court. I mean, if you never had a Melo and you put these LG roses on, you would probably be okay until you got a retail one. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. See, that's the upper part I was talking about. I don't know what that is. I'm actually talking about how close the wings are to that red. They're way back on that UA right there on the upper part. Here's Melo's Halo chest hat piece on the retail, and take a look at it on the UA. Just not as defined. There's the retail, UA. You see what I mean. I know that's a small detail, but I'm just looking for stuff. That's my job here. Again, same thing as far as the whatever ripstop material. I'm gonna say that's Morty.
Morty, check out my new friends, the Old Spice Invisible Spray. Quit wiggling. Quit moving, Summer. It's 3, 2. I can't. I've already started the timer. It's good. You're moving around.
I'm just gonna guess and say that's Morty. It looks better on the retail. I know. There's some differences there. That, of course, is the retail. That is the UA. I could tell by the stitching on the wing part. But overall, I will give the shoes, I'll give them an 8 because they're playable. Yeah, this is another thing I noticed. Look at the sole. It's like a bright green, almost glow in the dark looking. That's the retail. It's like this blue ice. And maybe, again, that plays in part of the foam setup. I don't know. Red's kind of closer. That one's duller. That's the UA. Make sure I don't mix these up. And that's the retail. It's purple, but it's just not the same. The bottoms, not as vibrant. That's the retail. You can see that little rectangular foam insert area. I don't know. You guys be the judge. I'm surprised I even got my hands on a UA Puma, especially a Melo. But if they can make these a little bit better, get the tech right, these will be a winner. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. I told you the video is going to be shorter, and this one is almost 10 minutes, but it's a comparison, so whatever. Peace and love.